Yeah, morning all. So before I start, can anyone please confirm whether my voice is clear, whether the screen is visible or not? Yeah, can anyone please confirm, right?
Yeah, it's clear.
Right. So in the yesterday's demo session, right, just we are discussing about the introduction to Python. So there are two types of languages, low level and high level languages. Low level languages, they are not human understandable, they are not portable, they are machine dependent, right? High level languages, they are human understandable, portable, and machine independent. They can run on all the hardwares and all the operating systems. So Python has got multi-programming features like procedural oriented, object oriented, scripting, and modular, right? So modular programming, because of this modular programming, you can see like we have got a great boom for Python. It is providing thousands of modules, 89,300 inbuilt modules Python is providing for various domains. So for data science, we have got separate modules Python provides for big data, for networking, for testing, for operating system, for databases. For every database, a module is provided by Python. For Oracle, a separate module. For MySQL, a separate module. For SQL Server, for Excel, for CSV files, for JSON files, for PDF files, for mathematical operations, for statistical stat models, for generating graphs. We have got separate model Python is providing. Right. So the usage of Python has increased a lot, especially from the last 10 years. If we compare it, right, it was just 3%. It was used in 2010, but now in 2020, 31% used in the industry. And Python is the #1 ranked programming language with diversified number of applications, right? Yes. Just observe these applications, right? What kind of applications can be developed using Python? So observe 1 second. Python real-time applications, right? So web applications creations, web applications, lot of web applications can be developed today by using are getting developed using Python, using framework like Django, right? Django is a framework of Python for especially used for developing web applications, right? So at a rapid speed, we can develop a web application, right, using this Django framework. And for automation applications today, like for data science, total implementation in Python, right? All the techniques, machine learning techniques, deep learning, for implementing, we require a language. So Python is the mostly chosen or mostly used to programming for implementing this data science, where it is providing many modules like NumPy, Pandas, CP, Matplotlib, right? CP, Scikit-learn. In this way, we've got some 10 to 15 modules Python providing for data science environment. IoT. For IoT, for AWS, DevOps, everything, right? Where Python is used to write scripts, automation scripts, right? For even for big data like Spark with Python, PySpark, right? For scientific applications of a numerical analysis. So we have got models like NumPy and CP used for this. And for GUI or animations, we have got Python providing models like TK Inter, PyQt models for GUI animations. For gaming or game development, we have got separate frameworks Python is providing, right? Pygame is a framework of Python, right? Pygame is a framework, and PyCora and PySoy. Pygame, PyCora, and PySoy, right? Yes. Pygame and PyCora are the two frameworks of Python for especially used for developing games in Python, and some libraries with 3D rendering libraries, right? Like PySoy. Okay. Testing or test cases for Python is used, and for scheduling tasks, we got Airflow. Python is providing, and for software development, most of the developers use Python as a support language. And for business applications and for developing e-commerce systems, right? Python is one of the best choice. Database applications. Database applications, right? Python can connect with any database. Python can connect with any database and perform all the database related operations, right? We have got separate modules Python provides for every database. For network programming, not only like modules, like we have got a separate framework Python providing for networking, right? Twisted Python, right? Web scraping, for scraping data from different websites. For scraping data from different websites. So we have got URL lib model for this, URL lib model for this, right? Web embedded applications. The most famous embedded application like Raspberry Pi, which uses Python scripting, and CAD applications or 3D CAD applications. For audio and video applications, right? Like even audio and video applications getting developed using Python, like Tim Player, C Play are some examples of it. For data analysis and for computer vision, for face detection, color detection, object detection, we go for this. And for robotics, and for desktop applications creations, single user applications, console applications, right? And for generating different types of graphs, right? So these are some of the applications where Python is used today. Python mostly used, it's a wide varieties of applications, right? Who are using Python and top most applications built by using Python, right? Google. Google using Python for its web search system. YouTube using Python for its file share, YouTube for its video sharing service. Yahoo using Python, right? Uber pricing algorithm, right? Implemented using Python. Instagram, right? It's using Python. The reason of the prime reason of Instagram, right, to choose or to opt for Python is its efficiency and its practicality, right? NASA using Python because of its hybrid features, multi-programming features. Pinterest, Quora, Reddit, all these are built by using Python. Netflix uses Python, right, for its security automation and it's for subscription purpose. It is using some of the libraries of Python, like models like CP, NumPy, right, for numerical analysis. For BitTorrent, it using Python for its file sharing service. Maya, a powerful 3D animation which uses Python scripting. MMOG, right? Massively multiplayer online game. Massively multiplayer online games, right? It uses Python scripting. Ironport email server. Ironport email server, right? It uses more than 1 million lines of Python code for doing its job, right? iRobot for military and commercial purposes, right? And for hardware testing, companies like IBM, Qualcomm, Seagate, all this, they are using Python for its hardware testing. Reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular, right? So Python was introduced 30 years ago, but suddenly in the last 4 5 years, right? Why Python is suddenly super popular? Because of very less coding and simple syntaxes, right? Most of this the programmers, developers attracted towards Python because of very less coding, not even 1/4 coding of other programming. Today I'm going to demonstrate, right, by taking some task and try to implement in multiple languages and showing you that how this Python code looks as compared with other programming, how simple, how simple and with very less coding and with simple syntaxes, right? You can compare it with other programming. Coding wise, you can check, length wise and complexity wise, you can check, right? How simple is Python statements, right? Multi-programming, right? Yes. Multi-programming features we see in Python. What all the features we see in other programming, everything, all the features you see in Python. Interactive mode. We can easily interact with Python statement by statement. See, for every statement, means it's for every statement, Python gives response. It is interactive mode, right? Not like other programming, we won't see this interactive mode. Any one statement you type, it gives the result. For every statement by statement, right? You can get the output. Wide varieties of applications. Just now I was briefing you about the various applications of Python and many built-in libraries and modules, right? Many built-in libraries. Thousands of models are available, built-in functionalities, built-in methods. It's a general purpose programming, right? Yes, any kind of applications can be developed. It's not purpose based, not for a specific purpose, and it's a high level language.
Huh?
High level language means it's easily understandable, you may
Why?
understandable, whatever. Yeah, Prerna Joshi, please be in mute. Okay, high level language. So easily understandable, portable, and can run on all the hardwares and all the operating systems, right? Yes, these are the reasons which makes Python suddenly super popular. Now, if you are in, instead like if you're from non-programming or zero programming, right? If you doesn't have any knowledge on this programming skills or weak in programming, right? So just you can observe this, how these Python statements look as compared with other programming. I will take a task. First, I'll write in other programming. Later, I'll just write in Python. You can compare how simple the Python statements, but as compared with the complex programming languages, right? First, two major programming languages today. Two major programming languages in the industry like Python and Java. First, I'll compare these things. Means coding wise, you can check how these statements between Python and Java looks, right? I'll take a task, a small task, right? Accepting two values. The user keyboard, right? Accepting two values from the user keyboard and performing addition, right? And I want to take two values from the user keyboard and performing addition. Yes. Using first using Java. First, I'll write using Java, right? Yes. So if you've got knowledge on Java, you can just go to the following code. So just adding two numbers by taking the values from the keyboard. Import java.io.start. So see this, how this code goes in Java. Class sample. Okay, public static void main. Throws IO exception. Input stream reader equal to new input stream reader of system.in, right? New buffered reader, right? Buffer reader BR equal to new buffered reader of ISR. System.out.println, system.out.println, enter the first number. So whatever number you are entering by default taken as string format, right? So string S1, it is accepted in the form of string. String S1, that is BR dot read line. Later I am supposed to convert to integer, right? Int I equal to like integer dot parseInt. Integer dot parseInt, right? Yes. S1. Enter the second number, right? String S2 BR dot read line. Just I copied these 3 lines for the second number also. Enter the second number, string S2 int j equal to integer dot parseInt of S2. And finally say system dot out dot println. What is that? I plus j. Okay. So this is what the coding in Java, right? This is the coding in Java. Just I'll take a minute. I'll show you this execution in both Java and Python. You can just compare it, right? Yes, just I'm copying it to a separate notepad file. Save it. So for all my Python code, right, just I'll be creating a separate folder for this batch. So I'm creating a folder with the name Python 6am. Python 6am is the folder, right? So within this folder, I'll save all the Python files, everything, whatever we do as part of this batch. So here as of now, I'm saving that sample.java. So just I'll take a minute, show you the execution. Just to go to this bottom command prompt and just check like cd change your directory to Python 6am. Okay, within that Java C, just compiling, right? Sample.java. If there are any errors, it will display the errors. If you got any errors here, no errors. Java says sample. So enter first number 10, enter second number 20. Sum is what? 30. This is what the output, right, for that code. But if you observe this code, right, I don't know like how many of you have understood this code. It looks little complex to understand, right? What is class? What is public static void main? Like what is throws IO exception? What is input stream reader? What is buffer reader? What is read line? What is integer dot parseInt? So all these statements are little complex to understand, right? Without having the basic knowledge of Java. So here this number of lines comes like nearly we have got 10 to 12 lines of code, right? 10 to 12 lines of code, but the same task I'm going to write in Python. The same task what we have seen, you can write in Python with not more than 3 lines. Not more than 3 lines, right? And you can just check Python statements look like normal English statements. Just I'll open this Python ideally, right? Python shell, I am opening. Python shell is open. File, new file. Okay, x equal to So to add two numbers, right? Input, enter value of x, enter value of x. Y equal to, for y also input, enter value of y. Enter value of x, input, enter value of y. Z equal to x plus 5. That's it. Print x plus 5. Otherwise, just say print x plus 5. That's it. This is the coding in Python. Right? X equal to input value of x, input value of y, print x plus 5. Right? The same task. This is the output. They are looking like normal English statements. Right? They look like normal English statements. Very less coding. But here also in Python, just like Java, if you are entering anything, right, or if you are accepting anything from the keyboard taken as string, we are supposed to convert to integer. In Java we say integer dot parseInt. Here just int, just keep int here. Before you store in x, convert to integer and store. Same way here also, y equal to int of int of input, enter value of y, enter value of x, input, enter value of y. Print x plus y, right? Yes. Save it. So I'm just save it within this folder, Python 6 AM, right? Test1.py, right? Yes. So enter value of x, enter value of y, print x plus 5, run module. Enter value of x, 10, value of y, 20, sum is 30, right? So simple, right? Simple syntax is given by Python, very less coding, can be easily understandable, right? Now, some more examples, some more coding sets, sample snippets of Python, right? You can just understand, right? We have got many built-in functionalities available in Python. For example, I'm taking some list of values. I'm taking some values, right? X equal to list of 30, 40, 20, 10. I've taken a list. Print X. It will print the list. I want to print the number of elements, len of X. Len of X. Fine. Len of X means number of elements present within the list. X is a list. In other programming, we say array of values, right? Here square bracket and give the provide the values. Simple syntax, right? And I want to find the sum of all the elements, 30 plus 40 plus 20 plus 10 plus 50. In other programming, you'll take some value as 0, iterate it. Every time you add one by one element to the sum, finally will return the sum value. But here directly we have got built-in function, right? Print sum of which list? X list. So what is the sum? It will return the sum for all this. Observe the sum. So here sum is what? 150. Length is what? 5. Length is 5. Sum is what? 150, right? Yes. Next, max of x. Print max of x. Max of x is 50 and min of x is what? 10. It returns the minimum value, right? Min of x is 10. And if you want to arrange all the elements in a particular order, we have got like sorted of x, right? Sorted of x. Run module, right? Length is 5, sum is 150, max is 50, min is 10. Arranging all these elements in a particular order, 10, 20, 30, 40, 50, ascending order, right? Okay. If you want in descending order, we doesn't have any separate functionality, but print sorted of x, sorted of x. By default, it will sorted of x, right? Sorted of x means you will get in ascending, right? Sorted of x means you will get in ascending. The ascending, if you reverse it, you will get in descending, right? Reverse equal to true. Ascending, this is in descending. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10. Fine. So the importance of modules in Python, right? The importance of modules. 89,300 inbuilt modules we have got, right? Python is providing. So if you want to check what a module consists, built-in functions, right? Built-in functions, built-in classes using which we can perform the operation. I'll give a small example, right? And make you understand about this a module, right? Just so that you can understand two things here. You can observe two things here. One is the coding of Python, how it looks, and the importance of models, both you can observe here, right? I'm taking the example of a commonly used module called math module. Math module, right? Import math. Import math means all the mathematical properties of math is going to get imported into our program code. If I want to say like, okay, if I want to check what is present within the math module, print dir of math. dir, right? Directory of math. I want to check what are the built-in properties or functionalities present within the math module, right? Okay. Run module. Okay, fine. So these are all the built-in properties, right? Built-in properties present within the math model, right? Gamma, expression, power, pi. There are some variables like pi is one variable, e is one variable, e is one variable, pi is one variable, tau is one variable, right? Yes. If you want to print the values of this, right? Okay, print which value you want to print, pi value. Directly you cannot say within the math model, print the value of pi. Within the math model, print the value of pi. Similarly, like anything like within the math model, print the value of e. check it. What is the output you get? Pi value is 3.14, e value 2.71. Now there are some functions here, built-in functions. For example, square root is there, right? Square root is a function. Square root, it doesn't know how to apply the square root, how to use the square root, it doesn't know. So Python is going to help you with the syntaxes, general format, right? Python is going to help. There is a help function in Python to help you with the syntax. Help on what? Within the math model dot sqrt, right? Square root. Okay. Help on math dot within the math model square root, right? Run module. Help on built-in function square root in the module math. Help on built-in function square root in the module math. Square root is expecting one value x and returns the square root of that value. So it is asking you to provide one value x, so that it will return the square root of that value, whatever you are providing. So it is help given by Python, right? Yes, help. There is a help function. So it is asking, it is saying that within the math module sqrt present, within that sqrt provide one value, right? 16 I'm providing. It returns the square root of that value. Run module and check. Square root of 16 is 4, right? 4. Okay. Similarly, for example, if it doesn't know to work with any other functionality, like for example, POW power is there, right? You don't know how to work or how to use it. You can just say help, right? Help on any, help on math dot POW, help math dot POW, right? Yes. Help on math dot POW, right? Okay. Power, right? Okay. Just observe run module. Power, help on built-in function power in the module math. It is expecting two values x comma y. We are suppose we need to provide two values, then it returns x to the power of y. This is the power symbol in Python. X to the power of y, double star, single star multiplication, double star, power symbol. So it is clearly saying x to the power of y. So provide two values. Got now how many values we need to provide? You got right. The help by saying we need to provide two values, right? Now check it. Print within the math module. Power POW of 10 comma 3. 10 comma 3 means 10 to the power of 3. 1000, right? 10 to the power of 3 is what? 1000. Just observe this result. Run module. So in this way, you can just take the help. You can get help and you can dig into this any module, right? And if you doesn't have idea about any particular functionality, you can just get help on it. And dir function to see the directory of any module, right? Fine. Now, even I said generating graphs and reports also is very easy in Python. Generating a graph or generating, it's very simple in Python, right? Yes. So here we got a module called Matplotlib module. Matplotlib, right? Import Matplotlib. For plottings and visualizations, we have got a module like Matplotlib. Within that, a built-in property pyplot as plt. Import matplotlib.plt means within this matplotlib we have got a built-in property pyplot. Instead of writing this big name, this we can say like as alias name or shortcut name. As p, I can say instead of writing every time this big name, I can say as p or renaming or alias name, right? Or p or plt, I can say, right? Now, for plotting a graph, you require x and y coordinates, right? Plt dot plot. X coordinate values I'm taking as one list 1, 2, 3. Y coordinate values like 5, 7, 6. Let's take some random values, x and y coordinates. Plot this, right? And the plt dot show, 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 right? Okay, run module. So you can see a graph now, right, from the values what we have provided. Yes, in this way. Okay, observe this, right? 1. See this graph and this, right? For 1, 5, 1, 5, 2, 7, 3, 6, 1, 5, 2, 7, 3, 6. I'm just showing you some sample snippets of Python, how this Python coding looks, right? Here plotting x coordinate values, y coordinate, right? 1, 5, 2, 7, and 3, 6. So how these x coordinate values are taken, depending upon what is the min value 1, what is the max value 3. So here also min value 1, max value 3. 5, 7, 6. Min value is 5, max value 7. 6, 5, 7, 6. Min is 5, max is 7. For example, I want to plot age-wise, what is that income, age-wise income or age-wise salary. For example, I'm taking some age values like 30 years, 40 years, 50 years, 60 years. Assume for 30 years, take it as like 30,000. For 40, take it as 40,000, right? For 50, take it as 35,000. For 60 years, like 50,000, right? So here I've taken some age values. These are age values. These are the salary values for them, right? Just draw a graph for this. Run module. You got a graph like this, right? Yes. For 30 years, 30,000. For 40 years, 40,000. For 50 years, 35. For 60, like 50,000, right? For 60, we have got 50,000. Okay. For example, we got a solid graph with a blue color, right? We have got a solid graph with blue color, but I want some dotted graph, right? Like just to give comma here, just to give comma here, and just say hyphen hyphen. So not like a solid one. You can see like how you get in this way. There are many formats, not only this, we can see not in solid format. For example, the by default blue color, I want red color, right? Again, give comma here at the last, say COLO or color equal to red. You can see in red color, right? Yes. I want to give some label to the X coordinate, label to the Y coordinate, a title to the graph, right? So here you can just check how simple. PLT dot X axis label, X label, right? X label is what? Age. Y label, salary or income, right? Title, what is the title, right? Yes. Some sample graph. So just understand this, each and every, they look like normal English statements. So plotting this X coordinate and Y coordinates, X axis label, Y axis label is income, title, right? And show run module. Can you see this label? X axis label age, Y axis label income, and this title is sample graph, right? Yes. Fine. So in this way, just some examples that I was showing you. And for example, one more complex graph. So if you can just check it, right? Okay. Okay. I want just for example, if you've got 5 days of holidays, assume that you've got 5 days of holidays, what activities you perform, right, during the holidays, right? How did you spend your time? I just want to visualize it by using a graph. For 5 days, what activities you perform and how I want to just visualize by using a graph. So you can just see we have got, see here plt dot plot means normal graph, plt dot bar, bar graph gets generated, plt dot hist histogram will be generated, plt dot pie pie graph, right? Plt dot stack plot. So different types of plots we can see, right? We don't need to write the codings for it. We've got built-in functions. Even one complex graph I'll show you. Max, I'll try to make you understand, right? So even without any knowledge of Python, you can just understand the things, right? So stack plot, import matplotlib.pyplot. So within this matplotlib, we have got this is the module, right? Pyplot. PLT is what? Alias name or shortcut name for this. Every time to use it. PR we can say, or PLT we can say, right? Yes. Days. How many days? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 days. And what are the activities like sleeping, eating, working, playing, right? For 5 days. So sleeping first day 7 hours, second day eating 2 hours. This first day, right? First day 7 hours you have spent for sleeping. The first day 2 hours for eating, 7 hours for working, 8 hours for playing. Second day, right? Your sleeping increased, or eating increased, working increased, but playing decreased. So 7 plus 2, 9 plus 7, 16 plus 8, 24 hours. Day 3 is like this, 6, 4, 7, 7. Day 4 is like this, 11, 3, 2, 8. Day 5 is like 7, 2, 2, 13. Like this. From this, I want a stack plot, plt dot stack plot. Days I will be taking as x coordinates, and this all is 4 activities, right? 4 as y coordinates. 4 activities as y coordinates, right? And colors for 4 activities, 4 colors. So these are the abbreviations, representations for the colors. Later I discuss these things briefly, right? But 4 activities, days and colors, right? X label days, y axis label hours, title some interesting graph, show, learn module. Run module. So this is what graph, right? Yes. Check it. Stack plot. So here, if you observe this, right? Day 1, first 7 hours, right? Sleeping, 2 hours, right? Eating, 7 hours working, 8 hours playing. Day 2, if you observe, this is increased, sleeping increased, eating increased, working increased, playing decreased. Day 3, sleeping decreased, eating decreased, walking and playing. Day 4, okay. So x-axis label days, y-axis label hours, title investing graph, right? So just I was showing you an example, right? How to generate graphs, the importance of models, thousands of models Python has got, right, for various domains. Fine. So once again, you can check the course content, right? What we are discussing as part of this, right? Yes. Starting from the basics, like Python basics, Python operations, operators in Python, Python IDs, flow control statements, looping statements, strings in Python, collections in Python, right? List slicing, list indexing, list functions, list methods, right? Yes. Python lists, Python tuples and Python sets, Python dictionary, right? And functions in Python, modules, functions, everything in brief, right? Function categories, lambda functions, recursive function, map functions, models in Python, how to import, renaming a model, reloading a model, normal import from import, package in Python, errors and exceptions in Python, file handling, object-oriented programming in brief, regular expressions, how to extract required data from the given data, database access, Python data operating system model, right? OS model. Advanced concepts like iterator, generator, closer, and decorators, web scraping, GUI programming, right? Yes. Okay, and for Excel workbook, for creating Excel files, Excel workbook, and for data analytics, right? Yes, we are discussing introduction to data science, Python pandas in brief, and NumPy in brief, and also like Matplotlib in brief, right? Yes. If anybody going for Django framework, this is the Django syllabus, right? Introduction to framework, Django installation, project architecture, and application, Django views, Django templates, admin, and Django models, and advanced concepts, right? Yes. So this is what the entire course content, right? So tomorrow also people can attend the session to see more on this, right? Same time, you follow the same link. So if you got any queries, go ahead with your queries, right? Yes. I'm going to show you on multiple IDs. In real time, we go for IDs, right? The same manner, I'm going to show you not in one or two IDs, multiple IDs, like PyCharm ID, Spider ID, like Anaconda distributions, Jupyter Notebook, right? VS Code, Atom ID, right? In this way, multiple IDs. I'll be just how to download it, how to install, and how to write the code, and how to execute everything in a step-by-step manner, right? So from tomorrow, we'll be just entering into that technical part of Python, right? Basics of Python we'll be starting with. So like Python, before I go, like Python software foundation, you need to know something about it. Python versions, Python installation, Python execution modes, right? Normal, interactive mode, and batch mode, right? Right. Any queries, right? Anyone? Fine. So if there are no queries, then I'll sign off for today. Meet you tomorrow, same time, using the same link. Okay, you can attend the session tomorrow and day after tomorrow also to see more on this Python, right? Yes. Fine. Thank you all for your time. Thank you.